Freedom is all you ever live for.
Two massive historical dramas dropped recently. Actually, the one is dropped last year, each promising sweeping battles, political mind games, and a deep dive into the culture of their respective worlds. On one side, we have Apple TV Plus Chief of War, a Hawaiian epic led by Jason Momoa that dives deep into the bloody and complicated unification of the islands in the late 1700s. On the other, FX/Hulu's Shogun, a breathtaking adaptation of James Clavell's classic novel, pulling us straight into the ruthless political battleground of feudal Japan. Both shows are visually jaw-dropping. Both have invested heavily in authenticity, language, costumes, customs, so you feel like you're stepping back in time. And both have leads that command the screen from their very first scene. But when the dust settles, which one truly nails the formula for a historical epic that's as gripping as it is authentic? Welcome back to Your Nerdy Show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Today we're going head-to-head, breaking down story, pacing, character depth, cultural immersion, production value, and emotional impact to crown the ultimate champion. And fair warning, while I'll avoid full-blown spoilers, I will be talking about plot setups and themes, so consider this your gentle heads up before we dive in. Story and pacing. Let's start with the backbone of any great series, the story. Shogun is a political chess match dressed in samurai armor. It's deliberate, methodical, and thrives on slow burn tension. You're never quite sure who's in control until a character makes their move. And even then, you're questioning if it's all part of someone else's plan. The brilliance lies in its restraint. There's no rush to get to the sword fights. Instead, it builds a web of alliances and betrayals that feel earned when they finally pay off. Even the quieter moments carry weight because you know they're setting the stage for something bigger. Chief of War, in contrast, moves at a more urgent pace. Jason Momoa's Kayana navigates the shifting tides of alliances in Hawaii's turbulent late 18th century. While it has moments of stillness and introspection, it leans more on action-driven storytelling. Major events arrive faster, and the show is quick to raise the stakes through confrontations, battles, and sudden shifts in power. It's not afraid to go straight for the jugular when the plot demands it. Here's the difference. Shogun makes you work for the payoff, and when it comes, it's unforgettable. Chief of War gives you more frequent bursts of intensity, keeping the adrenaline pumping, but sometimes sacrificing the slow buildup of tension. If you love a tightly wound plot that rewards patience, Shogun has the edge. If you prefer a story that moves with urgency and delivers action in regular doses, Chief of War might be your pick. Characters and performances. No epic survives without compelling characters, and here is where both shows shine, but in different ways. In Shogun, Hiroyuki Sanada's Toranaga is a masterclass in quiet power. Every decision he makes feels calculated. Every word is measured. He rarely raises his voice, but you never doubt he's the most dangerous person in the room. His political genius is matched by moral complexity. You're never entirely sure if you should be rooting for him or preparing for him to crush everyone in his path. Cosmo Jarvis's John Blackthorne gives us the outsider's eyes into this world, a shipwrecked Englishman pulled into Japanese politics. His brashness and confusion contrast beautifully with the formality of the court, and watching him adapt or fail to adapt is one of the show's great joys. Anna Sawai's Mariko is another standout, poised, tragic, and unshakably loyal, with an emotional arc that leaves a mark long after the credits roll. In Chief of War, Jason Momoa's Kayana is charisma incarnate, physically imposing, emotionally grounded, and constantly wrestling with the conflict between personal loyalty and larger political ambition. Tamara Morrison adds gravitas as a seasoned warrior figure, while Lucianne Buchanan's Ka'ahumanu is sharp, politically astute, and fascinating to watch as she maneuvers in a male-dominated sphere. Here's the difference. Shogun's characters feel like they've been shaped by generations of history, molded by decades of political and cultural weight. Chief of War's characters feel like they're active shapers of history. They're the ones swinging the hammer and forging the new order. If we're talking sheer acting depth and range, Shogun takes it. But Chief of War offers characters with raw presence and emotional sincerity that's hard to look away from. Cultural immersion. This is where both shows flex their biggest muscles. Shogun makes a bold creative choice. Most of the dialogue is in Japanese, with subtitles for non-speakers. It refuses to dilute customs, etiquette, or political structures for a Western audience. Tea ceremonies, armor rituals, formal speeches, everything is painstakingly recreated. It's immersive to the point where you sometimes forget you're watching a modern production. Chief of War mirrors that commitment with Hawaiian language and traditions. It leans heavily into the island's cultural identity, from ceremonial chants and war dances to the symbolic tattoos and traditional clothing. Many of the cast are native Hawaiian or Polynesian, and it shows in the authenticity of the performances. It's not just about showing Hawaiian culture. It's about reclaiming it and putting it front and center for a global audience. Who does it better? That's almost impossible to call. Shogun has more immersive subtlety in how culture is woven into political maneuvering. Chief of War has a visceral, emotional connection to the heritage it's portraying, making it resonate on a different level.
War is coming.
Visuals and production quality. Here's the part where your jaw is supposed to drop. Shogun is pure cinematic elegance. The camera lingers on mist-covered hills, candlelit rooms, and slow-motion battle charges that feel like works of art. Every frame looks like it could be a still photograph hung in a museum. The violence, when it happens, is brutal and swift, made more shocking by how rare it is. Chief of War is more rugged and untamed. Hawaii's natural beauty does a lot of the heavy lifting. Vast beaches, volcanic cliffs, and endless green landscapes. The camera moves with the characters, bringing a sense of immediacy. Battles are chaotic, filmed with a grit that makes you feel like you're right there in the mud and salt spray. The contrast is, Shogun has polished precision, every detail meticulously placed. Chief of War has raw, unfiltered energy, like a war chant pounding in your chest. For sheer craftsmanship, Shogun wins by a small margin, but for visceral power, Chief of War hits harder. Emotional impact and themes. Both shows deal with power, loyalty, and cultural identity, but they approach them in distinct ways. In Shogun, the central question is, how far will you go to preserve your position in a world where one wrong move can end you? It's about playing the long game, making sacrifices, and embracing the inevitability of fate. It often leaves you with a lingering sense of awe and sometimes unease. In Chief of War, the driving force is, what price will you pay to unify your people? It's about pride, betrayal, and the brutal cost of forging a nation. The emotional punches land in the middle of the action. The heartbreak often comes while the dust is still settling. If you want a show that lingers in your head for days, forcing you to rethink every scene, Shogun is your pick. If you want something that hits you right in the gut while you're watching, Chief of War delivers.
This moment of unity is short-lived. The Taiko dies.
The verdict. So, which one does it better? If we're talking technical perfection, Shogun is almost untouchable. It's deliberate, exquisitely acted, visually stunning, and deeply immersive. It's the kind of show that might be studied in film schools for how to adapt historical fiction with respect and precision. But Chief of War isn't trying to be Shogun. It's bolder, faster, more action-driven. It's a story that feels alive, as if history itself is being written in front of you, and it succeeds brilliantly at bringing Hawaiian history and culture into the global conversation. So, my verdict? For slow burn, layered political intrigue, Shogun reigns supreme. For raw, high-energy historical drama with a beating heart, Chief of War takes the crown. And honestly, you should watch both, because together, they prove historical epics are alive, thriving, and pushing boundaries on television right now. Our nerdy thoughts. So, what do you think? Are you in the camp of Shogun's razor-sharp politics, or Chief of War's fierce emotional battles? Or do you think there's room for both styles in the world of historical drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me which one you think deserves the title of Best Historical Epic. And if you've watched both, let me know which moment hit you hardest. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into TV and film, and share this with a friend who loves historical storytelling as much as you do. History might be written by the victors, but here, it's decided by you.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.